Trading futures and options on futures involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all traders and investors. Oftentimes in futures trading, you have a high combination of leverage and volatility. And although this could be an equation for opportunity, it's also an equation for risk. So be careful. Only fund your futures trading account with risk capital. My personal definition of risk capital is money I could afford to lose, doesn't change my lifestyle, or overly stress me out. As human beings, we make bad decisions when we're under stress, so be in a good spot. Remember, micro contracts could be friends. Take it easy on the day trade margins. You get plenty of leverage without maxing out on those day trade margins on a regular basis. We'll be taking a look at a real-time simulated live NinjaTrader trading platform today, and none of this should be construed as trade or investment advice. Past performance not indicative of future results. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Platforms Unleashed. Today, we're going to focus on the third option that you have to trade futures. We have the PC-based, we have the web-based, and the mobile app. We're going to be talking about the mobile app today on today's show. Appreciate everybody being here today, August 21st, Monday, 2023. My name is Jim Cagnina with NinjaTrader. And I'm going to show you the mobile app. Now, the mobile app, you download it from the App Store, just like any other app. And then once you download it, you can customize it and set it up to make it unique to your style and your trading interests. And so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Now, I've already logged in, and I have a demo account. And remember, I'm going to be, I'll throw some trades on here today. But remember, don't follow along home. Don't follow along on the trades I'm making. This is just for demonstration purposes and how to use the app. It's pretty handy. I use it all the time. It's really convenient to just go to your phone, look at a quote. If you need to place a trade real quickly on the fly, you could do it. It's all integrated together. So it's super handy. So what you're looking at right now is, and hopefully you guys can see this okay, I'm using my cell phone. So you're seeing my cell phone right now on my demo account. And you can see the demo account number at the top. And I'm on the balance sheet tab. And before we go any further, though, I'm going to give you a pro tip. The pro tip is there's this hamburger on the upper left. I'm going to click on that. It's going to expand and open up basically a menu. And so what I did to make it easier for me, I went all the way down to that settings tab at the bottom, and I clicked on it, and I changed some stuff around. Notably, I changed the username. I didn't change. All the personal stuff I didn't change. But the theme I changed. And I changed it to dark. The light theme is hard to see sometimes for anybody, not just for me because I'm super old, but for anybody. So I changed it to dark to help me see it a little bit better. And as you scroll down here, again, I'm in a SIM account, but you have bank account information, transfer history. You have security options. You could set up biometric authentication. You could set up two-factor authentication, trusted devices. And so the security feature is kind of important to a lot of people. It's important to me. So you could kind of toggle around there and change things however you want. I have it set, everything set it off right now. Scrolling down a little bit, there's some About Us within the support button there, and we're on social media button there. Scrolling down even further, push notifications. So if you click on push notifications, and this is kind of important, you will literally get text message on any of these conditions that you have selected. So if you have a working order, you send an order in to get filled as a limit order, you're going to get a text message that says, here's your order. If you get a fill, cancel order, rejected order, all of these things will be sent to you. Now, if you don't want these text messages being shot to you, you could cherry pick and you could just unselect whichever ones you don't want. Okay, so that's kind of pro tip number 2. Because sometimes if you're trading a lot on this thing or you're chatting a lot, you're going to get a lot of text messages. So we're going to go back here. It's all menu driven. The arrows are self-explanatory and how you click around on it. And then everything else, I got vibrate actions here also set. You could turn those off if you want. And then at the end, if you want to log in, there's a little login button right there. So that's kind of the key areas here on that settings tab. Really, setting it to dark is going to help you. I'm going to go back to my initial page where we started, which was the balance sheet. Now, the balance sheet shows you a lot of different information, right? Your net liquidating value is up here. My total loss on the day, I have it up here. My open P&L is shown here because I have a position on. I'm short 2 E-mini S&Ps. Realized loss, I had a bad trade to begin with, so that's why my realized loss is negative. And then it has my total cash, and it has margins, the margins that I'm using. the full margin to carry stuff overnight. So all of these kind of data points that are interesting to traders are right there on that balance sheet section. Now, let's go ahead and hit that hamburger on the upper left. When I say hamburger, that's that triple, that triple line. Let's go down this menu. I'm going to set up my markets. I'm going to hit markets. And these are basically my quotes and charts, okay? And the way it's broken down right now is I have different categories up here. I have currencies, I got cryptos, I got energies, I got indices, stocks, metals. I'm just dragging that little menu all the way across to see all the different options that you have at the top. So let's just stick with indices for a second. And I have a few set up already. I have the E-mini S&P, I have the Dow, I have the micro NASDAQ, and I have the Russell. Now, if I want to add a quote, there's a little plus button right down at the bottom. I hit the plus button, and then I have a smart search. So let's say I want to add micro E-mini S&P as an example. I'm going to type it in, and then I am going to check the box. I'm going to hit the little checkbox at the bottom, and it's going to add it to that section of my quote board, right? So those are my markets I'm looking at. Now I could expand any one of these with that little drop down, I don't know, caret, cursor, I don't know what you call it, arrow. But by toggling up and down like that, it opens and expands, it opens and expands it. So now here's my chart, right? Here's a chart with a little bit more information on it. And there's, again, you could scroll at the top and hit any of these options. You got the specs button here will tell you, hey, this is the contract specifications for the E-mini S&P. Here's the ticker symbol we're looking at. Here's the minimum price move per contract, $0.25 for each quarter point move. Got your day trade margin, your full exchange margin, the exchange, and when it expires. So that's pretty handy. And again, oopsie, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm using my finger. So volume profile, you want a little volume profile chart there. That's kind of handy. Tick chart, that's kind of handy. So all of these options at the top here, you could toggle around, right? You can get a quote if you just want a snapshot quote, hourly, 4-hour, daily, weekly, and so on. So you could kind of customize your peak there and kind of cruise around. There's a little triple button down here. You could open that up, and that gives you some other options as well. You want to expand the market screen. You want to show your orders in this market. You want to roll the contract forward, or you want to roll the contract backward, or you want to remove the contract. So that's another feature there where you could kind of customize your look and feel to however you want. So again, if I want to look at the YM, I could open it up. This is the Dow Jones. I just click on that, and it'll give me some more information. I have indicators here. I got simple moving average, it's giving me prices. Exponential moving average is giving me prices. So it's doing the math for me as well. Snapshot quote is right here with the bids and offers. And again, it's a really handy feature. You just touch a button and you can look at all of this information right here from your phone. Now I don't know how old my iPhone is, to be honest with you. I think it's I want to say a 13, but it's small. It's not very big. But I could see it clearly and precisely. And you could set it up in portrait or landscape, right? I have it in portrait mode for today's presentation. I promised Mission Control I wouldn't rotate it the other way to mess things up. So we're going to leave it this way for now. So that's the quote board pretty much. So let's go ahead and just take a peek here at the ES. ES is right here. And again, there's a little button at the bottom of this chart that says trade, cancel, and exit, right? Trade, cancel, and exit. That's in blue at the bottom of that chart. That'll open up a trade ticket. But I want to show you another way to open up a trade ticket instead. Go to the triple hamburger, and then let's just follow this menu down. I'm going to hit the trade button, and it's going to give me a ticket. It's going to give me a old school ticket, right? Where you could select your quantity, your order type. You could even set up a order cancels other, but with the take profit and stop loss feature as well. And then you would set it up how you wanted to, and then you would hit the send button. Now, there's a little button at the bottom here. It's the second button on the bottom. It says market, and there's 4 arrows kind of pointing to different directions, right? I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give me a trading ladder, right? It's going to give me a trading ladder. bids and offers, bids on the left, offers on the right. That's more than 10 ticks deep. I haven't counted how many we're getting here, but we're getting a lot. So it might be 20 ticks deep. And you just kind of move it with your finger. You can't see my finger on the Zoom meeting, but you could see it as I'm moving it up and down. That's how you position it. That's how you position it. Now you can see my position. I'm long 3 contracts for some reason. I'm not really sure how I got long 3 contracts, but you can see at the very upper top, E-mini S&P position +3 at an average price of 43.75 half. And I'm pretty much break even right now, right? My open loss on this, well, now I'm not break even, but my open loss unrealized is moving around there. So if I wanted to just get out of a trade, I wanted to sell one of them or 2 of them. Let's just see where my default is. Hang on a second. I think I have the default actually set at 2. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a price. I'm going to click once. It's going to give that ticket, a little trade ticket. I'm going to click again, and then it's going to throw an order in. So now I have, I'm trying to sell 2 at 43.76. And you can see the order there in the book. We're about to get hit. We're about to get hit. It's color coded. It's red. It's all making sense. And we're going to wait and see if we do get filled. We didn't. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to just drag this up to another price by clicking and dragging once. So again, click it, activate it. Oopsie. Sorry. Click it and drag it. I'll click and drag. I just canceled it. My bad. Let's do it again. It's in the books. Oh, by the way, if you tap it once, you could change the price up that way with that little arrow, or you could bring it down with the little arrow, or you could cancel the order altogether by clicking the X in the middle. So it's a little tricky at first. I would, experiment with it a little bit. And the same thing goes for stops, right? The same, you're just going to go into, in this case, a sell stop would be above the market. You're just going to click, and it'll throw that sell stop in for you. Right. So it's pretty handy, and it works really, really well. Once you get the sensitivity of your finger touch all down, then it's really easy. And then you got some emergency buttons at the bottom here. Cancel all and exit. I'm going to click on that. It's going to flatten my position and cancel all of my working orders. Now, if you want to go, you can go back to the trade ticket, or you could stay here. By going back to the trade ticket, you click at the lower bottom again, hit that trade button. So that's a toggle. Hit the market button to see the trading ladder. And now there's even more menu items here on the bottom here, but let's look at it from the actual menu, the hamburger on the upper left, right? And by the way, I have trade quantity set at 2 at the top. If you want to change that, you don't want to do 2. You could just say, hey, I want my default quantity to be 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 or whatever you're doing. I had mine set at 2. I'm going to change it to 1. I'm going to go back. So now my trade quantity is default set for 1. Let's keep moving here. Enable brackets. I have that turned off. Join the bidder offer. That's another feature that you could toggle it on or toggle it off. And then there's more trade preferences as well, including changing your preference for stop loss, the stop limit, and bracket preferences and stuff like that. But before we get to that, let's keep moving down here. Let's go back. We talked about the balance sheet. We talked about the quote board. We talked about the trade option. Let's click on orders. And then the orders gives you all sorts of great information on the orders tab. So these are all the orders I made today. I was kind of busy, right? I was playing around with this. I was kind of busy, and it gives me all the information that I need to know. But if I just want to know what my working orders are, I could click on working at the top menu. Then it'll show I don't have anything working, so there's nothing there. If I just want to see what orders were filled, I could see the orders that were filled, and then gives me my price and all this information. And then if you go to the drop-down menu, it gives you more. So each fill, you could expand and get even more information if you're interested. It tells you when you placed it, your working status, your limit price, if you move it around, when your fill happened. It's all, you see it's time. It has a timestamp here as well. You could trade again or go to the market screen, which is the trading ladder, which is those blue words down here at the bottom. Canceled, same thing. These are all the orders I canceled, right? Okay, it shows me all my canceled orders. And then rejected, these are all the orders that were rejected. I didn't have anything rejected. I wish my early trade was rejected, but it wasn't. So we got to live with that. In any event, that's the orders tab. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. And then there's a T here, right? So there's always a T. You click on that, and that's going to give you, you're going to be able to toggle to the order screen. Click on the market, toggle to the trade ladder. So That's everything's you can get to anywhere from any different place really on this thing. That's what makes it so great. Drop down menu. I'm going to go down here. We have some notifications, which I don't think I have any. I don't have any notifications, which is good. I'm going to go ahead back to the drop down menu, and we are going to do news. Now, one thing that's important though, once you're on a section, that section no longer is displayed in the menu, right? So I'm on notifications here. And when I go back to the menu, it's not on the menu anymore because I'm already selected it. It didn't disappear forever. I just already selected it. So now when I change categories, it'll come back. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because it was freaking me out for a while. I'll be honest with you, but I figured it out. News, tap to see news, and it's going to give me some news streams. And this is pretty handy also, especially, these are kind of major news events, RTT news. I think investing.com provides some news here as well, particularly useful in the morning. But there's a lot of data that comes through here, which you might want to look at. And again, it's a mobile device, so it's in your pocket all the time. Let's keep moving here. So we talked about news. Now notice news is gone, right? It's off the charts. There's a reports button. I can click on that. And I have a drop-down menu. I could select today's reports. It has a beginning time, a stop time, and an end time. I could expand that to more than one day. I hit the run button. It's going to give me more information about my account in detail. So it gives me my exchange fees, my clearing fees, my NFA fees, my commissions. It's really good detail on a transaction by transaction basis. It's pretty cool. Performance tab. Well, clearly my performance isn't that great. But here's my performance tab. It gives you kind of a nice, nice pie charts or whatever you want to call these things. And it might kind of give you some good feedback in terms of what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? So that's kind of handy. It's pretty, I like it. I'm doing it every day. I got my summary wins. I got my summary losses here, and my duration information, max drawdowns, all this stuff is really, really helpful. So that's on the app. Super cool. Going back to the hamburger, that 3 dash line on the upper left, and there's a short share feature here. So we already kind of talked about settings. Share feature here where I could shoot this out to, hey Max, here, or Tom Schneider, or here's what I'm doing. And so you could share it as well, which is pretty darn cool. Achievements, I don't have any achievements here, so don't have to worry about that. So that's kind of the walkthrough here. So there's 2 places for menus. There's the top, right? And then also whenever you're on a screen, there's going to be an area on the bottom as well. Let's go back to the markets. We already talked about how to add a contract. Let's go to energies. I'm going to look at energies, and I'm going to notice something peculiar. My crude oil contract is in September 2023. That's not the front month anymore. I believe the front month is October. So I want to change that. I'm going to hit the drop-down menu, and then the little triple dot at the bottom, I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give me a sub-menu. And that sub-menu has a market screen, has a show orders, has a roll forward. That's what I want to do. I want to roll forward to the next contract month. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to change that contract to October. So it's really easy. It's really quick. Now I could trade it. I could hit the trade button, and I could, I want to see a trade ladder. So I'm going to go down and hit that market button on the bottom. I'm going to click on that market button, and now it shows me the trade ladder, right? And I could, double click and put a trade in really quickly. It's very quick. Or if I could do a market order, I could have added join bid to this number in the settings setup, which would provide another bottom button right below the buy market button, so you could join the bid instead of just clicking, or instead of doing a market order. So that's the trading ladder. Information is all at the top. I'm still flat. I didn't get filled. My open profit on this trade is 0 because I didn't get filled. That would be my unrealized P&L. And it shows me my buy is 1, my sell is 0. On the upper right column where it says buy, sell, quantity, it's 1 and 0. And so that's telling me, yeah, I've got an order to buy. I don't have an order to sell. I'll put an order to sell on right now. So it should show us 1, 1. So I'm 1 by 1 in the order book is how we'd read that, 1 by 1.
Now I just got filled. Now I just got long a contract. And now I'm 0 by 1. I only have one order in the order book. I'm trying to sell one at the level I put. Now, obviously, I want to put a stop loss in here. It's best practices. Again, I'm just doing something random here. I'm going to click and click again. So I select in the offer column the price I want. I click once, and then I click to confirm it, and then there's my order sitting right there. And remember, I changed my default to 1, and you can see it says S1 and at my price. Now it's moving up because I have a trail on, but that's okay. We'll just kind of watch it go as we try to get a new high water mark here and see if we can get our profit target. So that's how that works. We can go to orders again if we wanted to. Click on that order tab. It shows us all the orders that we have. And working, it shows us they're all just in crude oil, the ones that are working. Filled, again, shows us what was filled for crude oil. Now, since I clicked it from the crude oil screen, it's showing it to me just for crude oil. So it's unique to the screen I'm clicking from. Where if I just did the global orders, it's going to show me everything. The global order shows me everything. So if you just want to see that one market, then you're going to go back to that view, to that market view, and that's where you have it. Everybody with me so far? By the way, I forgot to mention, this was bad on me. I was so excited to get started here. I really was. And I was so excited to get started here. I forgot to introduce Ed. Ed is here with us. Ed Jerkin is here with us from NinjaTrader. He's behind the scenes in the chat. So if you have any questions on the mobile app or anything for that matter, NinjaTrader related, type them in. That'll get you the answer right there in the chat. And if you don't know how to get into the chat, just go to ninjatrader.com/events. Type in the word events after ninjatrader.com. Make sure you put your / in there. And then you'll be able to, you don't have to have an account or anything. You'll be able to pop into the chat and then ask Ed any kind of question that you may or may not want. Couple of pro tips here too. When you're using this, I turned off all my notifications on my phone because what tends to happen, you know how it is. You get text messages, you get notifications, hey, it's going to rain, whatever notifications you have set up. And if you have a phone, an iPhone or an Android, you've undoubtedly added apps that notify you for stuff. I turned them all off so it doesn't just pop up on my screen, right? So I can really focus on what I'm looking at. So that is definitely for sure. In addition to the background, a pro tip. Let's see what else we have on here. I have my account. I'll click on my account, start live trading. If I wanted to open an account, that'll take me there. I could switch to another account, so I could toggle between live and sim mode by switching to another environment. I have trusted devices. I have no trusted devices. I have no trusted devices on my screen. And then documents, and then log out. So that's what that top of that main menu is. I'll just add the show bid and offer just so you can see what it looks like. I'm not going to enable brackets for now. That's more of a next time thing. And let's just take a peek at that join bid and off. Join bid and join ask. Ask and offer are synonymous, right? It's the sell side of the trading ladder. So when I say ask and offer, I mean the same thing. When I say bid or buy, I mean the same thing on the green side. So this gives you the ability to join the bid or join the offer, which means it's not a market order, but it's as close as you can get to a market order, right? And the idea is hopefully with the volatility in a lot of these markets, you'll get a one tick advantage in your price entry. That's the hope. Now there's a chance that you hit buy bid and the market goes against you and you don't get anything. That's just something that can happen. But I'm going to hit the join bid. It's going to give me 86.75. And because of the volatility, it got filled a tick better than a market order, which would have been 87 even. Make sense? Where are we at here? Sure I'm not missing anything. I am not missing anything on my cheat sheets. Get any questions that you might have. Now, the other thing that is kind of a pro tip too is you could adjust the text size on your cell phone itself. And if you're having trouble seeing the numbers, whether maybe they're too small, maybe they're too big, you can go into your settings on your cell phone or your mobile device, and then you could adjust that so you could see it. I had to do that this morning because the numbers were so big. I usually have my text size really big because I can't see very well. So when I get a text message, I want to be able to read it. So let's go. Let's shoot over to a different market here. How do you get to a different market from here? Well, what I would personally do, I got the E-mini S. Well, we'll stay at the E-mini S&P. For a stop loss, for a static stop loss, again, I don't have a position here. I am long one, right? I am long one. So I want to protect myself on the downside. So I'm just going to pick my price, hold it once. Oh, I got a trail stop set up. Sorry, I got to figure out how did I set that trail stop up. I'm going to go to, hang with me, guys. Trade. I have that off. I have that off. Somehow in this process, I set up my trail, guys. I apologize for that, but we'll be able to cure it, I am sure. There's my current position. Let's go back to my main menu. Let's go back to buy, sell, enable brackets, more trade preferences. So on more trade preferences, at the very bottom here, I have selected use trail stop. Newly placed stop orders will trail the market tick for tick as you make high watermarks. I forgot I had that turned on. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so that's off now. And I'm going to go back and let's do a static. Let's do a static. Again, we'll join the bid. Well, I just bought one at the market. I'm sorry. I'm long two. Let's sell one at the market. I'm long one. And now I'm just going to go down to my stop, right? I'm long one. My stop's going to be a sell stop. Again, click and click. And now it won't trail. That's a static stop. I appreciate that question. Whoever popped that in from the chat. Great question. Unfortunately, I forgot I had that trail before because I was experimenting, right? And that's a good thing. If you get the mobile app and you get a sim account or a practice account, right? Real-time data, but not real money, then you can really get muscle memory and learn how all the features work on the app. It's not that intimidating. It was when I first downloaded this, I thought, oh my goodness, what is all this stuff? But then when I just started going through the menu and then clicking on things, it all made sense. It was all very, very intuitive. So I would recommend you do that. I recommend you experiment a little bit, and hopefully your sim trades are a little bit better than my sim trades. Now I want to see if I got my stop there. Do I have a profit target anywhere? I don't. I'm going to put that in up here. I'm just going to click, click. And so that's the anatomy of the trade right now. So it shows my open P&L is minus 275. And it's still moving around in real time as the price moves around. So the data is super fast also, by the way. This mobile app data is keenly fast. And not only that, I have depth of market pretty far down. I mean, look at all that depth of market you get. It's not 10 ticks. I'm going to guess this is a 20. I'm not going to count them all because I won't be able to. Anyway, so that's the thing. Now, this is also integrated with, let's say that you had Ninja Web, right? And I think this is going to be universally true for most brokers and PC. It's all integrated, right? It's all together. So you're going to see one thing no matter where you go, right? No matter whatever platform you use. And so really you have three ways to trade, which is pretty handy, I think, for sure. Let's see what else we could do here. Let's go back to that menu, that triple hamburger on the upper left. What is this? About the E-mini S&P. Okay, it gives me the contract specs again. Which could be handy, especially if you're trading something you don't know anything about, or maybe you know something about it, but you're interested in trading heating oil or something, another of one of the CMEs, or not even a CME, Eurex market. You can get that little piece of information to remind you, hey, this is a $12.50 move per tick per contract. So that's also super handy. So again, trade quantity. I'm showing my trade quantity. I could change it by tapping. Show buy sell. Show join bid. Enable brackets. I have that turned off. So if you want to do an OCO, a simple bracket, you could do that. Turn that on. More trade preferences. You could set up your brackets, tick size for the take profit, tick size for the stop. Use that little button there to toggle with your finger It's simple, easy. If you want to type it in a keyboard, you could just type in the ticks by clicking on the keyboard thing. Hit cancel. It's like an icon there. It looks like a keyboard. And then you could do an auto break even trigger if you want, where your stop would break even based on however many ticks that you wanted it to break even at. So as an example, just do 3 ticks. So in this particular bracket, you would have, let's make this take profit bigger. Oh, that's too much. I'm sorry. 12 ticks, stop loss 8, and then after 3 ticks your way, that this auto break even, your stop would jump up to where you entered. Your stop would jump up to where you entered. Down at the bottom here, good to cancel, otherwise expire at the end of session. That's the last part there. So let's go back to the main menu on the account tab, and we've already kind of gone through all these as well. So let's see if there's anything in settings that I missed. I don't think there is. Settings, we already covered all of this stuff. And I don't believe this is just good stuff here, guys. So go through and set it up to how you want it. Set it up to how you want it. Super handy. Any last questions, throw them in. Again, I recommend you can go to ninjatrader.com and try it, get a demo, get a practice account, download it from the App Store. It'll recognize your username and password if when you register for an account, or maybe you already have an account. I don't know. So feel free to do that as well. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody being here with me today. And we look forward to the rest of the week. We have a lot of stuff going on the rest of the week. We have bars closing this afternoon, as we do every afternoon at 3:15 East Coast time. Today, your host is going to be the one and only incomparable Tom Schneider. He's CMT, certified market technician, which is impressive in his own right. But he's impressive in addition to that. Double dose of impressiveness today at 3:15. Tomorrow, Traders Workshop at 12 noon. Also, we have Tim Reset from E-Mini Mind going to be joining Tom at Traders Workshop. Wednesday, Blue Putnam is going to be with us at 10:30 for See the Futures. He's the chief economist of the CME Group. We're going to talk about all things inflation and then some, FOMC, imports, exports, and we're going to get some good intel from Blue. Thursday, Anthony Credelli, Develop Your Edge. Anthony's going to be with Tom live at 10:30 East Coast time. And then this is going to be a great show Friday. Friday, we have Technical Analysis Explained. And remember that CMT I told you about, Tom Schneider? He's going to be doing a Technical Analysis Explained show Friday. And it's all about stochastics, right? All about stochastics. So hit that ninjatrader.com/events page, and you'll be able to queue any of these up throughout the week. We'll be joining you also for opening range every morning at 9:15 East Coast time. Having said all that, folks, greatly appreciate everybody being here with me. And remember, most important message of the day, be safe out there and be good to each other. Thank you.